Hi, my name's Kathy Rogers. I've been a member of Christ Church for about 10 years now. My husband Steve and I have met some wonderful people here and have loved being part of this church community. We've gotten involved in lots of different programs and ministries, but you'll see us most often right up front singing in the choir. We love singing and worship, and it brings us a lot of joy. So this month, we're doing a series of stories here at Christ Church. We're talking about doing God's new thing together. I'm going to tell you a story of how a woman at the very end of her life wasn't afraid to do a new thing at Christ Church. Then I want to tell you the impact it had on me. This story is about a little lady who used to sit right over there in the section behind Keith. She was tiny. You might remember her big curls, her big glasses, her big smile, and her enormous heart. She had physical challenges related to her advanced arthritis, but she kept on moving and learning and teaching us all. Around 2016, Marilyn joined my Friday lunchtime 1025 group. We're a group of ladies that gather for bagged lunches and conversation once a month. We read books together, share our thoughts, and also some conversation. I love that we come from different backgrounds and generations and political persuasions. Marilyn came to us not long after she joined Christ Church. She was in her late 70s when we met her. She added wit and wisdom and a deep love of God to our group. When we got ourselves all tangled up in a complicated issue from a book, Marilyn would listen quietly and then share a story from her life or a piece of her faith journey that helped us sort through the sticky faith challenge at hand. Marilyn had surgery in 2018. She had many surgeries over her life, and we expected she would bounce back with her usual resilience. We got the terrible news that she had passed away suddenly from complications of the surgery, and we were devastated. Our 1025 group met shortly after her passing. We told our Marilyn stories and shared our loss. We wanted to be part of the celebration of her life, so through Shirley, we were able to offer our helping hands to the family on her funeral day. Our group of ladies were part of the liturgy. We sat together at the service. We prepared and served a lunch buffet for the family. It was wonderful to meet her loved ones. Marilyn was clearly cherished by multiple generations of her family. Her funeral was beautiful. Shirley was both a blessing and a comfort to the family. It seemed like a fitting send-off for such a dear woman. I wanted to meet the family and tell them what Marilyn had meant to us, that she was living her faith right up to her final weeks, that even in her short time with us, she had a big impact on our faith community. I talked with Marilyn's daughter Leslie just a couple weeks ago. I asked her about Marilyn's time at Christ Church. She said that Marilyn loved this community. She lived with Leslie in Ashland, and it was a pretty big commute for her, but this is where she wanted to be. She enjoyed Keith's music and the worship services, but also her 1025 group. Marilyn wasn't a young woman when she arrived here. In fact, she had another church in New Market, Maryland, where she resided for a long time. She was a Sunday school teacher there for ages. They held another funeral in Maryland for the people who still missed her there. Marilyn may have moved, but she never stopped teaching about her faith. So, here's the new thing I want to talk about today. Don't be afraid to dig in here at Christ Church. Get involved. Get to know this church family by being part of it. Marilyn got involved here. Age and infirmity and distance definitely slowed her pace, but it didn't stop her. She had a big impact on our little group in the short time she was here. She's part of my Christ Church story, and so are many of you, my friends.